I am Aaron Schonke, co-creator of Bat in the Sun and co-director of Legend of the White Dragon, and I am beyond excited to be here to talk about this amazing print of Legend of the White Dragon. I think for fans of Jason David Frank, watching this film, they're going to get to feel like they know him more than they've ever gotten to know him. So in this picture here by Carlos Totoli, we have White Dragon, who is portrayed by Jason David Frank. His alias is Eric Reed, and he's battling Dragon Prime, who is the dark-looking character here, who is portrayed by me, and alias is Jai Katua. I think what's going to draw fans to this print and wanting to own it is basically just owning a part of Jason's legacy. They're pieces that live on in your heart, and there's things you look at every day, and you have these wonderful memories tied to them, and that even goes beyond, kind of the project in a way. So I think that Sideshow and all this pop culture is keeping this stuff living on forever.
You're watching Sideshow Live Deals and Reveals. The show will begin in just a few minutes.
We start with your favorite characters. To bring you original works of art. Boundless creativity cannot be contained, but it can be framed. Sideshow Fine Art Prints.
Don't have an account with Sideshow? Follow the link on screen to receive $5 in Sideshow rewards.
My name is Heather Edwards, and I am an oil painter. Describing Ahsoka, that's a relatively challenging task. She's not a simple character. She's true to herself, what she believes to be good and right. I love her fearlessness, being able to make decisions on the fly and yet doing it for the right reasons. My favorite part about painting with oils is the depth. Your eye is interpreting every layer. You get this movement that just doesn't exist in any other medium. The title itself indicates that there's this decision-making. Ahsoka never is going to turn to the dark side, but it's an ever-present conflict that's around her. That's also what I really love about her character. Sideshow does an amazing job with their prints. And being able to bring that to other people and have them enjoy the art in a state that is worthy, that's happiness to me.
To receive $5 in Sideshow rewards, follow the link on screen to sign up for this event.
Take your art collection to the next level. With ultra limited edition HD aluminum prints. Expertly crafted with Epson technology and high performance Chromolux panels, optimized for fine art. Capturing high definition details and stunning color integrity, and professionally finished in a floating frame. Each print is engineered to last a lifetime. Class up your collection with Sideshow.
For our latest updates, sign up for Sideshow SMS. You'll get news and exclusive access to deals, giveaways, and so much more.
In 1980, Andy Warhol did a series of shoes using glass fragments, something he called diamond dust. So I have decided to take it on again because it's so glamorous. My name is Olivia de Berardinis, and I have been painting over 45 years. This project took the last year. It was very involved and a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. When I saw the diamond dust on the pieces, it changed them. It made them into something different than a flat work of art. It just adds this glamour, and it twinkles when you walk by it. It just made sense to do this series from Sideshow Collectibles.
Today on Sideshow Live's Art Print Expo, we'll be taking a look at sideshow pieces from the world outside your window to a galaxy far, far away. Plus, we're bringing you exclusive deals to help expand your home gallery. Now for your hosts, Jillian Catone and Guy Klender.
Hey everybody, and welcome to today's show. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Guy, and you are watching Sideshow Live's Art Print Expo Gallery Tour. We've got a lot to show you.
Yeah, we are so excited for today's show, and we wanted to get started with a giveaway. So we do have an image we want to pull up on the screen for you for this giveaway. It's going to be The Matrix by artist Richard Lunn. And if you do want to enter this giveaway, make sure to comment down in the chat below, #MatrixSpaceIagree.
Now, you are agreeing to the terms and conditions of the giveaway. This is a U.S. giveaway only. If you want to learn more about that, go to side.show/contest, and it'll tell you all of the specifics on that. Now, this is a printer's proof, so there's very rare ones on that, and that's going to be an unframed piece, and one of you is going to get it by answering, as Jillian said, down in the chats. Also in the chats throughout the show, we are live, and Chris is here with us as well. So if you have questions about any of the pieces, about any of the things that we're taking a look at, ask them down there in the chat. The moderators are going to get those to us, and we're going to do our darndest to answer them for you.
Yes, absolutely. Again, this is a live show, and you're probably wondering, what is the show we're doing today? Well, we're going to take a closer look at a lot of the amazing art prints that we have here at Sideshow. A lot of different styles of pieces by so many different amazing artists. And this event is going on for the next 3 days.
Absolutely. There's lots going on, not only with what we're doing, but throughout. And to take a look at all of the things that we've got going on and throughout the show, the pieces that we're looking at, go to side.show/AP Live. Okay, you see that down on your screen? Anytime you can go there. That's going to give you even more information about what we're doing on today's show and how to participate.
This is your one-stop shop for everything that's going on for this event. Again, we've got a lot of deals we're offering today, but a lot of deals at side.show/AP Live and a lot of giveaways, including an ongoing giveaway that we have going on right now.
Yeah,
we do
check
have
that out.
Yeah,
Can we pull up this graphic? Yeah. I saw this as a statue, but here it is as the print.
Yeah,
now, that's the Matrix one that we have going, but there is an ongoing for a Thanos on throne. Yeah,
look at that one.
There it is. Jillian, tell them what's really cool about the winner of this. What makes this piece so darn unique?
No, well, this is a really great piece. This is by the artists Stu Chun and E. McDonald, but this Thanos piece is going to be signed by the creators of Thanos, who are Ron Lim and Jim Starlin.
Absolutely. It's hand-signed there. So those are only one of that. And as we said, that's that ongoing giveaway. And to find out about that, go to side.show/AP Live for this, as well as other giveaways. You talked about deals. We've got very big deals on very big pieces of art.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, we've got a lot of deals, a lot of giveaways, including a winner for the giveaway that we're doing for the Matrix.
Absolutely. Our winner is going to be Big B from AZ. I love that name. Big B from AZ. Congratulations. You're taking home that Matrix print. It's been 25 years since that movie came out.
Before I was
feel
around.
Like it. Oh, why, thank you. But congratulations. And that's not the only giveaway. She said we've got that ongoing one, and we've got more throughout the show. We talked about how do we make these art prints. Well, we're going to see a studio tour of a little bit about how we go about making the prints. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll be right back to that gallery tour.
Hey everyone, my name's Trey Rodden and welcome to the Fine Art Print Studio here at Sideshow. For many years, we've had the privilege of working with some of the most talented artists and respected brands in all of pop culture. We've made it our mission to reproduce an artist's vision as faithfully as possible using the finest quality materials and state-of-the-art technology. Let's check it out. One thing that really sets our studio apart from others is our partnership with Epson, the leading global innovators in print technology. We're actually able to beta test these printers from the ground up. Thanks to this partnership, our studio is fitted with only the latest cutting-edge equipment, putting us right at the forefront of the fine art industry. And using Epson brand inks, we're able to capture 99% of the Pantone color libraries. The print method we use most often is called giclée printing. Giclée is a term that comes from French, meaning to spray. That's because print heads found inside each of these machines have almost 10,000 microscopic nozzles, each of which literally spray jets of ink onto the paper or canvas with epic precision. When it comes to fine art, it's important to start with the best materials. Here in the studio, we use heavy fine art paper that's all certified archival, meaning it's both acid-free as well as free of all OBAs. OBAs can cause paper to yellow over time, which is exactly the reason why we want to avoid that. So this blue light means that there is a lot of OBAs in this piece, whereas you transition into the fine art paper, and you see how that color changed a bit? That means that there are no OBAs present in any of this paper. Based on independent lab testing, our fine art papers are estimated to last for at least 200 years without fading or discoloration, meaning you can enjoy your prints for a very long time. And now for the finishing touches. After each piece is individually inspected and has passed quality control, they will be embossed with the Sideshow seal of authenticity and numbered by hand.
Welcome back to Sideshow Live's Art Expo Gallery Tour. I'm Chris Manning.
I'm Guy Klender, and we are live.
Yes.
So ask your questions right down there in the chat. Stay active. Let us know what you want to take a peek at, what you want to know more about. Chris, right in front of us here.
I'm very excited. You know, you were just talking about this. We just gave this away. Lucky winner just took home a Matrix print. But you said 25 years.
25 years.
25 years.
25. It doesn't feel
I
like
was sneaking this VHS to watch, by the way, because I wasn't sure I was allowed to watch the bullet time or anything like that. But it blew my mind. It opened up my mind, which makes sense because the piece we're looking at here, The Matrix, Free Your Mind by Johnny Caballero. And this is...
It's really cool. Now,
cool.
This is the framed edition, and this is also the foil variant.
Ooh.
And that's why you get that kind of shimmer and that iridescence, which, of course, does really work for this particular property.
Absolutely. I mean, it works, too, with the colors. I like that kind of muted gray there, and I love the green. It's the binary code that you see in the movie. It's very cool here. It's very striking, too, that that's kind of the color that you get here, which is very exciting.
And there are little details in here. I don't know how close we can get here with the camera, but you talked about like the code and that diagonal. That definitely got me. But then right up here.
Look at that.
Okay.
A little bit of
We've got a
lines from the
little
movie.
quote, a little bit about the white rabbit, and then right next to that, the reflection in the sunglasses.
It's fantastic. Well, there's so many pieces about this that I really like. Parts of it, it has that animatrix style, which is very exciting. It's a cool take on the characters here. You've got all the characters you know and love. You got Trinity, you got Neo, you got Agent Smith, who's eyeing Morpheus there. And as you said, in the reflection, are you going to take the blue pill? Or are you going to take the red pill? You even have the Sentinel and Nebuchadnezzar. I think, I love the movie. It's a great movie, and seeing a piece like this just shows off all the elements that remind me of that film, make me go, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, absolutely. You wind up putting in perhaps your VHS again.
That's right.
Just to watch it. Now, as we said, this is going to be the foil variant. There are only 100 of that foil variant. This is the framed edition at $315, but we do have an unframed one at $100. So you got a couple of different options. Again, red pill, blue pill. A couple of different options for you to choose.
Which is pretty fun. And you know what? We said a lot about this piece, but Guy, I really think we could have summed this up in one word. Whoa, right?
Absolutely.
But from the Matrix, we leave the Matrix, and now we move into the real world, because here we are with our next piece that we're going to show off. We've got Batman and Catwoman. Here they go. The Bat and the Cat here by artist Julian Totino Tedesco. And this is a fun piece.
It really is. Now, the piece you are looking at, this is on canvas.
Ooh.
Now, which it gives it a lot more. There's a little more fine art to look to it, a little more almost brushstroke look.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are only 50 of the canvas available. And the framed canvas, which is what you're looking at now, is going to be $365. You talked about some of the stuff that's in it. So why don't we pull the camera in so you can see some of these details that Chris and I are really geeking about.
This is the canvas. There are 200 on paper here, but what really strikes me about this is, I mean, you have this is the DC couple for me. You got Batman, Catwoman. I love the fact that in the foreground here, the bats are all flying around, but then at the bottom, you've got the kittens desperately trying to get Selina's attention and just kind of pawing at Batman. And even Bruce himself, the Dark Knight, can't take a second to relax, to enjoy this woman in front of him. He is right. It's focus on the mission. Yeah, that's all it is.
That gaze is off to the side. You know, you brought up the cats there, and I just now noticed the black cat. I've looked at this piece before and always seen these two, but now there's the third. You talked about that it is like DC's couple. I think for many of us, for you, and definitely for myself, this is that couple. And kind of their almost forbidden kind of
the will they, won't they, can they or can they not?
And we get these three guys down here as though they've witnessed this romantic moment. I don't think they're supposed to do that.
Yeah, these gargoyles have seen a lot in Gotham.
I really like that. And as we said, with it being on the canvas, and now that we've got the camera a little bit closer, you can see the texture on that and what that really brings out. We do have, I think this is more of a comment than a question, but Mike Fiella, I'm hoping I'm saying your name correctly, says, this really complements the statue. Well, Mike, you're absolutely right. And we have, Sideshow does that a lot, where they will have complementary artwork for, say, a piece, be it a 6-scale figure, be it a statue. There are complementary pieces.
And it's a great representation.
This is definitely one to have.
Absolutely, yeah. Whether it's the statue or this art print right here, it's just a great interpretation of the character. I also really like Batman's costume. I'm a big fan of the gray. I like the old gray suit.
I like the, you know.
Are you a gray suit guy?
I am a gray suit guy. I don't want to say simplicity of it, but yes, there's not, you know, on his belt, there's one pouch. There's not a ton of stuff.
Right, this feels like the one that Bruce put together himself.
And I really kind of like that kind of simplified version of him.
Absolutely.
Now, that is, we talked about gray suit. That's kind of very early representation of Batman. But we got to see a brand new version of Batman in The Batman.
Yes, absolutely. We've got The Batman right here by artist Claudio Aboy. There's a limited edition of 200 here. And I mean, just looking at this, already I'm feeling the poster, I'm feeling the trailer. I mean, this is one of the most iconic shots that I remember from the trailer, watching the Batman flipped upside down, seeing Batman walking from the explosions, the oranges. This really captures that movie. It just makes me forget the VHS I was going to put in for Matrix.
Yes.
Now I got the Blu-ray. I'm going to power up for the Batman.
Well, you talked about that particular thing. I can almost hear the music. I can almost hear the music with that print. And of course, having the original film font and graphic in there in that red. Now, speaking of the red, this is the complementary color, we'll call it, when we do these custom framing here at Sideshow, where they really look at what is going to best benefit it. Sometimes it's color, sometimes the way in which it's cut. We saw in the Matrix that they did kind of that techno cut with it. So there's a lot of thought that goes into those. But there's another detail about these that makes them interesting. And if we move the camera in, we're going to let you see those. Now, the artist's signature. They do an authorized signature for us that's replicated on there. And there's even more authenticity. And talking about the authenticity, in the other corner, you're going to see that Sideshow embossed logo. Letting you know, hey, this is not inexpensive. This is fine art.
Yeah.
This is a fine art piece that you have.
Well, Guy, you were talking about colors, and just looking at this print right here, one of the things that strikes me is I love how the villains are awash in this cold blue right here. Meanwhile, his allies, you've got Jim Gordon and Catwoman, are painted in more of a lighter orange, giving them like a little ray of hope in this dark city here. And I think that that's really cool, and I love that Batman has both the blue and the orange streaked across him, torn between two worlds here. And I think Pattinson makes a great Batman, and really, especially in this piece, kind of captures that strong jaw that he's got, the look in his eyes, a very different costume than the one we looked at in the Tedesco piece, but I like this. There's something about this that really just brings out that movie.
You know, you bring up the blue on that and kind of the cold events. I'm not used to seeing that.
Yeah.
And I hadn't noticed that until you brought it up. So often we see villains kind of done in that red or a warm tone. But having them in a cool tone is really neat.
Yeah.
I'm really digging on that. Now, this one that you're looking at is the framed version, and that is $310 for the framed version. There is an unframed for $95, and this is a limited edition of only 200 pieces.
Now, we're looking at Batman here. You got Batman, you got Riddler, you got Penguin, but you can't talk about Batman without talking about the Joker. And we have a very exciting piece right over here. The Joker himself.
Wow.
There he is.
An Agent of Chaos, and that is the name of the piece. Agent of Chaos by Kevin McGivern. This, wow. When I saw this has been a long time in the making. Yeah. Kevin's been working on this for a long time and making sure that everything on this is perfect. Nice. There is so many cool things in that.
Depending on what Joker fan you are, I mean, here is Heath Ledger. This is the Heath Ledger version. It's incredible here. The one that we're looking at right here, you can see, I love, he's got that bright purple costume. It very, very striking. The one eye that's looking out right here. And it's a really, really great depiction of that character, from the creases in his forehead to the greasy hair. It is just really, really cool.
And it, as you talked about, he's the only one like looking straight at the camera,
right
straight
at
up, which really speaks to it because we have his henchmen all around him.
Yeah.
I liked that the henchmen had that kind of red, white, blue, hints of green, but they were very simplistic.
Yes.
But we saw them in kind of the bank rob thing, but this looks like they're on Wall Street or something. These guys have worked with him before, and that we do know. And so I kind of dig that look because that kind of works with his suit. And then up here, I don't know why, it looks a lot like a Richard Nixon caricature there for me.
Does.
I really, really like. There's so many things going on there. You talked about just the outfit.
Yeah.
The outfit. I can see the wear.
Yes.
On the lapel of the jacket, that crushed velvet.
The texture on the shirt and on the tie. And I do, like you said, he's looking right at camera, but every other clown is facing a different way. It's very reminiscent of the shot for IMAX opening to Nolan's The Dark Knight. So there's just elements of the movie here, but then, as you said, with them wearing suits, it's almost an original take on something that's happening here. We wonder what seeds of chaos is the Joker now sowing here.
So I just now noticed this on it. When we talked about the framing and how they do that complementary thing, I'm just now noticing the purple that goes in with this.
Blends really well.
Yeah, that's so neat. Now that framed edition, this one here that you're looking at, is going to be $310. Now one thing I do want to tell you about the framed editions, we've taken the glass off here in studio for you to be able to see the print a little better, but it will have that acrylic on there that's going to keep those safe. Now the thing is, Chris, we've looked at only a few, but there's so many, and we're looking at a lot that you go, well, great. Now I've got all of this art. Where am I going to store this?
What am I going to do with them?
How do I take care of it?
Yeah.
We got you.
We
got you on this. We have a video right now that's going to tell you a little storage tips and ideas on how to take care of these, as well as our first really big deal coming up. So let's take a look at those videos, and we're going to have a huge and incredible piece in studio in a moment that Chris is going to be taking a look at with Jillian.
Ooh.
So, what should you do when you receive your prints? Although we package our prints with quality materials, we do recommend you remove them from tubes as soon as possible. Over time, a rolled print can become more difficult to flatten. To flatten a print, you can gently unroll it in the opposite direction and apply heavy weights. Prints are best stored in flat files, portfolios, or ideally they will be framed so you can put them on display. For more tips on handling and care for your prints, be sure to check out our FAQ on the Sideshow website.
Save $450 of diamond dust prints at Sideshow.com. Inspired by Andy Warhol, these oversized prints utilize a unique process involving glass diamond dust, highlighting key elements of the image with a mesmerizing, sparkling effect. Each one is hand-signed by the artist and limited to only 99 pieces. Use the code DIAMONDSALE to secure your $450 off before time runs out. Only at Sideshow.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sideshow Live's Art Print Expo Gallery Tour. Chris and I are taking a peek at one of the diamond dust prints that you just watched a video about, and we are so excited to be giving you a closer look. at this diamond dust print, Why So Serious by artist Olivia de Berardinis.
Yeah, there's a limited edition of 99 here. It retails for $4,500, but there is a sale today. It's $450 off of that price, which would drop it down to $4,050. And I mean, you are getting your money's worth here.
Absolutely.
Especially seeing that process, Jillian, like how they use the diamonds, and you can see here the way that the diamonds are in the ha 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 around the Joker.
I know. I was
Very
gonna say,
exciting.
it's so true when you're looking at it from like a further vantage point. You notice so many different little minute details that Olivia put into making this piece. But if you come a little closer too, you even get to see just like, I mean, from one Heath Ledger to another. I think this is a great representation of Heath Ledger in this piece. Like, it shares such a great resemblance.
Yeah.
We love the colors in this too. They pop so bright. Even some of this paint here, it's called the pinkest pink.
It is
and I would
pretty
agree, pretty pink. And I've even been told, we got to, really collaborate and talk with the art studio here, that under UV, this lights up. It glows.
So you've got the diamonds and it lights up. And it's pretty big too. Like, I don't know if we can tell this from watching at home, but I mean, the size of this, it's very impressive. It catches your eye. And you were talking about that interpretation of Heath Ledger. So we had that other piece we were looking at where it's kind of the beginning of the film. Here's a little bit more where he's in the interrogation room. His hair he's a little more worse for wear here.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely and I think they've said this too, Olivia, very Andy Warhol inspired.
It is. It is very Andy
cool.
Warhol inspired. No, I mean, it's great working with Olivia. Sideshow and Olivia do this in collaboration with Modern Multiples. They help us, print these amazing pieces for you using that glass diamond dust effect. And one of the great things about this too is you will notice that it is double embossed sealed. So Sideshow will always make sure to put that seal of authenticity on there, but we also have Olivia's. And we're even taking a close look at some of those Olivia pieces as well.
Seems to be very big with the DC heroes and villains here. I saw Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn. I love Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman.
I know.
That is, I mean, that's really, really great, especially with the cats in the piece there. And just seeing the way that they use the diamonds. It enhances the piece in such a way, too. It makes it sparkle. It catches your eye. And especially here, I think it's very clever to use it in the background, especially in those ha-ha-has, which just kind of exemplify and add to the Joker's mystique here.
Definitely, I couldn't agree more. Well, if we want to take a closer look just real quickly at this piece before we move on to our next one as well, I did want to show you again, you get a look at that really, the pink popping out on the face. You did mention it too, Chris, that there is like an unkeptness to Heath Ledger that you'll see later on in the movies, and that's depicted really well here, just with the style of brush strokes, the smearing of the paint on his face. I think it just does such a great job of encapsulating Heath Ledger in this movie, and is a great showcase of all of Olivia's work. And again, we've got this deal going on right now. This one's going to be $450 off. So make sure to check this out at side.show/APLive to check out that deal and grab one of Olivia's pieces for yourself. Now, we've been looking a lot at DC pieces, but I don't know about you, Chris. I'd really love to look at some Marvel pieces too.
And we go from the villains to the heroes.
We do. All right, so we've got this Spider-Man No More piece by artist John Romita Sr. And I mean, I love this. It truly looks like it's straight out of a comic book.
And it is, which is really great too, because this is a page right out of Amazing Spider-Man 50, when Peter Parker decides he's going to hang up the webs. He's done with it. We've seen this image before in Spider-Man 2 for Raimi's film, and it's been parodied a million times with a bunch of different superheroes. But this one, I just love that it looks exactly like you said. It's right out of the comic book. I mean, it looks like you're having a piece. It is a piece of comic book art up on your wall, which is amazing here. The details and how simple it is. The rain falling down on Peter's back, falling down here, and just the perfectly, classic suit. In the dumpster.
I couldn't agree more. Now, this piece was made in collaboration with VG Kids, and I did want to add on to that because it just looks so much like a comic book piece. And you will notice too that we learned the actual printing process itself is done very similar to how they actually print, these pages in comic books too, laying down one color at a time. So you'll notice that simplicity. There's really not many color variation in it. You've got a lot of that red, that yellow, that blue, but it's used so well that you can't help but appreciate it and love it.
And it's only a few simple colors there too, which really just adds to that, hey, here's a big comic book picture coming to life. And you've got even the dialogue there, which is great. And this is also part of an ongoing giveaway. So you can definitely check that out at side.show/contest and find out what we have there, because we not only have this black foil, we also have a rainbow foil version of this, which is even more striking to the eye. And we can take a look at that right here. Hopefully you can kind of, oh yeah, you can absolutely catch that. I can see the rainbows on the side here in the rain, especially in Spider-Man's eyes. It's just, it's just adding to an already really cool, really unique, really interesting piece. Now you just have that foil, which just catches your eye immediately.
No, I agree. I totally agree. It's nice to have that variation in color too, especially when you look on the outer parts of the frame. You get that holographic feel to it.
Yes.
But again, it's just another additional detail, and it's another variation of this piece, so you do have options. And you know how you want to purchase this, how you want to display it. You know, you really get the freedom.
It makes me think about like buying comics, like the foil covers or the variant editions. Like here's one of them right now. It makes it special, it makes it interesting, and it definitely catches your eye. And I remember I had one of those like holographic ones where like the cover and all of a sudden the Green Goblin would show up, and this kind of is very reminiscent of that kind of style.
No, I couldn't agree. It's so cool too. It's especially very fitting because this is based on a comic book page, that it do emulate, you know, the variations you get in those comic book style covers that you can also get at home. Again, if you do want to check these out, make sure to go to side.show/AP-live. Now, we got some Spider-Man, and we've all been watching a very particularly popular TV show recently, and we have a couple pieces from that too. We've got the X-Men.
The X-Men! And this is a great piece. It's the Uncanny X-Men by artist Johnny Caballero, who we saw another piece by, The Matrix. There's a limited edition here. There's 250 paper, we've got 100 silver foil, and 50 of the HD aluminum, and I love this. So this brings me back. Have you ever played the X-Men arcade game?
I was going to say, I haven't, but we talked about the nostalgia that this piece brings back, especially if you play the game. Let us know if you did play the game.
It's great.
Because this just draws straight from it.
I spent tons of quarters. I would play as Nightcrawler, and I would just bamp through all the Sentinels and try to get to the enemy. Welcome to Die. This is the 80s. I love seeing them in their 80s costumes here.
Yeah,
you were talking about X-Men 97. We even got to see most of these characters in these costumes in the second and last episode there.
We did. It was really exciting to get to see them in those costumes, but I also love that this piece too does include a couple of the characters that we didn't get to see so much in X-Men 97, because we've got the Dazzler in the corner down there. We've also got Colossus
looking ripped right there. His arms, he looks great. And I love seeing Dazzler too. Dazzler, especially Dazzler in that costume.
Yeah,
because I feel like we usually get Dazzler in her white kind of performance costume, and here she's like got that 80s look. She's in this Wolverine ready to go. I love Storm in that 80s outfit. And even have Cyclops ready for battle with that optic blast. This is just a very cool piece. Magneto hovering over them. It really has echoes of that arcade game. It has echoes of a great era in comic book with the X-Men. Just seeing these costumes, very classic, very, very cool. But we go from this kind of 80s Claremont vibe into a little more recent comic books with the fall of the House of X here. Jonathan Hickman's been doing a great job with the Krakoa era, and here we got this is a variant cover from the comic book series here. It's by artist Miguel Mercado, and this is very fun. We were just talking about X-Men 97. Here's the team. We call this piece Fall of the House of X, but this, I think, was the heyday of the House of X at this point. Here they are in their costumes. We've got 375 on paper, 50 aluminum. For the framed edition, that's going to go for $100, or for the unframed, $310 for the framed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I couldn't agree more. I know this is called Fall of the House of X, but it's really great to see.
Everybody looks happy.
Everyone, you're really happy, really engaged, you know, as part of a team, as a unit. And you do get all those iconic, amazing characters there. You got Cyclops and Jean Grey. Love seeing Storm in that outfit too. Gambit's really fun as well. I love Jubilee's position and posing as well. I think she looks like she's having a fun time.
Their personalities are really shining through here. Like you just said, like Jubilee, little mall rat, having a great time here.
I know.
Wolverine poised, ready for battle. But I especially love Gambit. I mean, that is just, I feel like that's iconic Gambit. I love that suit on him, by the way.
It's a great suit.
The purple, the blue armor, and just look at, I mean, that smirk. It's just like, here's the Cajun that we know and love.
Yeah.
Like, it's just perfect. Do you have a favorite of these?
I do have a favorite. I have a fan. She's become my favorite since watching the show. I love Rogue.
It's Rogue.
I do. I love Rogue. And again, she's just, the personality shine through so well in this piece. She's got such an embodied confidence about her that I do love. I also have to say, I have to give a shout out to the Beast, how he's quite literally hanging out with everybody. I just think it's amazing. And if you did want to grab this piece, we are doing an ongoing giveaway for this one too online. So you can go to side.show/AP-live to, you know, enter that giveaway.
Yeah,
and maybe
this is really fun. I really do like the 90s suits here. The colors complement each other. And you're, like you were saying, putting Storm, who was an X-Men team leader at one point, front and center right here in that white outfit is very striking, very cool. I love Rogue stretching, ready to knock somebody out here. Really, really fun. And yeah, Beast just having a great time hanging out.
I think it's so great. I do love this piece so much. I love the display of it. And again, who doesn't love the X-Men? Who has been watching X-Men? a ton. I know I have.
I have to.
And I'm not ready to let go of the X-Men yet. So we did want to showcase my favorite character from the series. We've got an amazing rogue piece here by Ben Harvey. And again, it's just, it captures her personality so well. It's just great to see her jumping up into the air, soaring into flight. I don't know, is there anything that stands out to you about this, Chris?
You know what, I love that she's flying alongside the Blackbird here. Very cool. I like that power pose. She's got that big smile. And if you watched X-Men 97, you know that we haven't gotten to see that smile in a little bit. So it's really nice kind of seeing this here. I love the windswept hair here. Ben Harvey did a fantastic job.
Yes.
We've got a limited edition of these. There's 350 on paper. There's 50 of the HD aluminum. $95 goes for the unframed, $310 for the framed edition here. But I love it. I just like that she's kind of letting loose. She's letting her hair back. She's flying. She's got that 90s costume, the green and the yellow with the little leather jacket. And yeah, she's like a pilot, you know, like but she doesn't need the jet.
She doesn't. I was going to say, the 90s are making a comeback in a big way.
Absolutely.
And I'm very excited to see that in the X-Men styles too. Again, we love working with Ben Harvey as well. Such a great collaborator of ours. And you'll notice again too that on the corner that we do have that embossed Sideshow seal of authenticity. That is going to come with a lot of our pieces. Make sure to keep an eye out for it. It's just an extra measure and effort that we like to take here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we've been looking at a lot of prints and a lot of different styles of prints too. And one of the I think we're going to take a closer look at next is canvases.
Ooh.
Yeah, we do have a canvas video for you guys in the Art Print Studio, and we'll be back with a lot more exciting pieces.
Besides paper, canvas has long been one of the most popular print formats among art collectors. And it's no wonder why. There are so many great reasons to love canvas. The natural texture of the material lends to a timeless feel to your art, and the gloss brings depth and richness to the colors. Speaking of the glossy coating, it also serves as a layer of protection for the artwork. So, unlike paper, it doesn't need to be preserved under acrylic or glass. Once a canvas print is stretched and framed, it's sure to have an impactful presence in any collection.
Well, welcome back to our gallery tour. I'm Guy.
I'm Chris.
And we are in a gallery far, far away.
Yes, we are. That was good. That was good. I like
Thank
that.
you.
That was very good. That was very solid.
We talked about, in the beginning, you and I, that 25 years ago we got to see The Matrix. But 25 years ago, we got to see this guy.
1999 was a big year for movies.
It was a big year at the movies, and it was a huge year for this guy here.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that was one of the things when I saw that Phantom Menace trailer. Darth Maul, you wanted to know more about him. The minute he took off the hood, you saw the black, the red, the stripes, the horns. I wanted to know more about him, and I think this piece really, really captures our boy Maul very, very well.
Absolutely. Now, this is by artist Vance Kelly, and there is so much going on with this print. You talked about the eyes, but we see a lot of the texture in those robes. I mean, Maul had a lot of different robes. There was like the under robes, and it was really kind of the first time that we saw Jedi and or Sith that we learned in kind of that multi-robe style. And of course, the thing that blew our minds in the trailer and in the movie was a double lightsaber.
Well, but that's the thing too. I love about this piece too. It's the rule of two, right? We have the two Sith. You've got the two eyes looming over this. You've got the double-bladed lightsaber. You've got the twin sons of Tatooine. And I just think that there's a lot of that equal balance, of course, the balance of the Force going on here, which is really great. But the eyes especially. The eyes were something that captured me when I saw the Phantom Menace poster. I had the soundtrack, and it was always Darth Maul kind of looming over everything as if he was a Phantom Menace.
Absolutely.
That was just kind of keeping an eye on things, and I just really love that the eyes are so central there, that they're so focused, that they're staring out at you, and that they're kind of presiding over him as he's on Tatooine with that double-bladed lightsaber.
Absolutely.
So
now,
cool.
what you're looking at here is the framed version, and this is really unique.
Yeah.
And we talked about the matting and the different styles. This is the only time I've seen the matting curve like this around, and it's reminiscent to me of early toys I used to collect and still collect today. But I really like that. Now, this is available in an unframed edition, a framed edition, and also a canvas version as well. So 3 different versions of this print.
And you're talking about that red, which is really great along the side there. So not only does it evoke the old, action figure packaging, but it just really adds and kind of sets off the colors in the piece too, which is really cool.
You know, we talked about the ongoing giveaways, but it's been a bit since we did a live one.
Yeah, well, Let's give something away.
Let's do it. Okay, we're going to stick in the galaxy far, far away. This giveaway in the chats right now, enter hashtag Star Wars Space I Agree. Now, one lucky winner of this is going to get both prints.
Nice.
You're getting the set, okay? And this is by Richard Long. This is a long sold out set. These are going to be the artist proofs that were the printing proofs that the winner's going to get. And again, that set. So down in the chats, hashtag Star Wars Space I Agree. Agreeing to those terms and conditions that we talked about. So, okay, right now we know you're looking at that and entering that.
Yeah, well, that's great. I like that we go from Phantom Menace, we go to Rise of Skywalker, and now here we are at one of my brand new favorite pieces of Star Wars lore and material that's come out, The Mandalorian.
Absolutely.
Obsessed with the show. I can't wait for Mandalorian and Grogu to come out. I just want another season as well. But this piece as well is really cool. First of all, I love that we get Mando. I mean, it's like widescreen, turned up a notch. We get all of Mando here. Very Western vibes, which is the show, which is this piece. I love the sun just kind of coming through, glinting off the Beskar armor here.
Yeah, the hint of the lens flare on there, which is
like
great.
He's going high noon, you know, ready for a gunfight.
Now, I'd like to take a close-up on this because, Chris, you brought up that Mando is definitely space western. Let's take a look down at the bottom where we get that title. To me, has that western saloon windows.
It does.
You know, the gold thing that would say, you know, saloon or something like that is there. And of course, right next to it, you can clearly see that embossed Sideshow seal of authenticity right next to it. Now, this is that framed version. So of course, we're going to have that unique. They kind of kept that warm copper color that we get of the sun there in with it.
Well,
so
Guy,
much about
you were
the piece.
talking, you were saying, oh, down here we have the authenticity, but I thought you were going to talk about the child.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
You went and talked about the seal, which is great, but I was like, no, Guy, go back to my focal point here. I love seeing the child. I love seeing him hiding behind Mando right here because he's still coming into his own, and this. I really like that this also exemplifies like where we are right now with the Mandalorian. He's got the armor, which is brand new, shiny. You've got Grogu, his little apprentice, ready, hiding behind Dad a little bit, but we know he can hold his own. He's fine.
Yes, we've learned that. Hopefully, you're up to date on the show. But talking about up to date. This is a little further on in the story where he has full Beskar. He's chosen the signet. He's got that mudhorn.
He's got the mudhorn. We even have that in the corner there showing
up
off,
on the corner,
cool.
And then of course on his pauldron as well. Things like the long gun that he flung over. You know, first in an animated show and now takes center stage in this one here. Now. We know that you've been active in the chat, so they're frantically trying to get winners for that set. And I believe we do have a winner for the dual set, and that is Kara on YouTube. I believe it's Kara, K-A-R-A on YouTube. Congratulations. This artist proof set is going to be yours. Now, down in the chats, make sure that you tell the moderators what you've won and where you've won it, and we can get that to you. Well, Chris.
Yeah.
Speaking of Beskar, which is an incredible metal.
So cool.
Have you seen the HD aluminum prints that Sideshow's doing?
I don't know that I have.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is incredibly cool. They're very neat, and the process is pretty spectacular. So right now, I want to show you a video of how we make those, and then Chris and I are going to be here in studio with one of those pieces.
I'm going to get to look at one?
You absolutely are.
All right, great.
So right now, let's take a look at how we make the HD aluminum prints.
Now, let me take you through the process of how we create our stunning HD aluminum prints. You may be surprised to learn that we don't actually print directly on aluminum. Instead, we use a super cool process called dye sublimation. First, the images are printed onto transfer paper using specially formulated dyes. At this stage, the artwork is hardly recognizable. See how it appears dull and washed out? Next, we'll lay the transfer paper face down on one of our pre-treated Chromolux panels. Here, they'll be loaded into our press where they're subjected to extreme heat and pressure, forcing the dyes to be permanently fused into the metal. The reasons to love aluminum speak for themselves.
Welcome back to our Sideshow Live Art Expo. We're doing our tour here of the gallery. I'm Chris Manning.
I'm Guy Klender.
And we are live. So remember, if you have any questions about absolutely anything, we just watched a video on the HD process. If you have anything, definitely drop them into the chat here. But now we're going to look at one of those HD aluminum pieces, and this one is Thundercats.
That's right. You saw that process. I hope you did. I hope your net just not turned in. You missed that. But the HD aluminum just really does something totally different than what you've seen. And of course, we have all of our characters here. Well, you know, that's a darn nice beard on that guy up right on top. When I started watching Thundercats, that wasn't the look I had, but now we're a little bit more.
You've evolved with the series here.
Into that. But we have all of the characters represented.
And Kendrick Lim did a great job representing those characters here. I mean, you got Lion-O and that Sword of Omens, which takes me back. First of all, I have to say, the HD aluminum makes that sword glow here. It looks huge. Absolutely. It's so glossy. It really stands out. But I had the Sword of Omens.
Oh, you did?
I did. I had the Sword of Omens. My brother had the He-Man sword, and we used to play all the time in my Thunder.
Now, you didn't play in the house by your artwork, though.
No, definitely. I also did. My artwork was what I did at school and drew and put up on the refrigerator. Yes, so it was okay.
But your mother would have lost it if you had damaged that artwork. Now, are we able to get a close-up of some of the things here in the print that you'll be able to see? Particularly, Chris brought how warm the sword is with having that HD aluminum, and all of the kind of electricity on that really almost reverberates.
It's striking, really.
Almost reverberates off that, and all of the other characters.
Got a little snarf.
You got snarf
there,
over which is just a great phrase. I still to this day, I don't know why, I'll just say snarf.
Why not?
We've got the twins there. We've got Chitara. Everybody is represented on here. Now, there's not a lot of the HD aluminums on this, so you're going to want to act now on that. And for more information about this or any of the pieces that Chris, Jillian, and I have looked at, go to side.show/AP Live, and you're going to be able to learn a little bit more about all of the prints we are looking at.
Hopefully it comes off on camera, because really standing in front of it, there's just this very clean, glossy feel to it, and it's pristine, it looks nice, and it's very eye-catching.
You know, I'm liking that beard.
I think you're just about there, too. You just need a helmet, and you're good to go.
I need a helmet.
Halloween.
Next show, I'm wearing a helmet.
Done.
Now,
mark that down.
This one here we said was Thunder. But this next thing, if you say 3 times, he appears. So let's take a look at a new product coming your way.
It's showtime. Sideshow's Beetlejuice 6-scale figure is dressed to impress. Crafted on a fully articulated body, the fast-talking ghoul comes with a variety of swap-out hands and accessories. Packed with personality and screen-accurate details, this figure is a must-have for fans of Tim Burton's Beetlejuice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sideshow Live's Art Print Expo Gallery Tour. Now you got a really close look at that Thundercats piece, how exciting, but I have another really exciting piece I want to show you, and this is the Beetlejuice art piece by artist Timothy Petitis. Now we did have that Beetlejuice figure that would pair very nicely with the art piece, but this is an incredible piece here that I do want to give you guys a closer look at as well. Now we have a limited edition release of 300 of these. We've got the frame version right here that's going to be $310. We do have an unframed version as well. It's going to be $95. But one of the great things I love about this that you'll probably get a sneak peek at here is Timothy Petitis likes to use the style of digital pointillism. So you'll see it's like those individual dots of color that are placed throughout the piece. They give it such a fun texture, but also you can notice just how in detail he's able to get even using those tiny dots of color, especially in the hand. I know you'd mentioned that earlier, like the muscles in the hand. You can see so clearly.
Absolutely. And this is we haven't seen any other prints done with that the pointillism style, which Van Gogh was big into that, and I have a feeling he would have this on his wall. It just seems up his alley.
I think so.
And just the little bright pops of color with the Beetlejuice sign, and then faded but still colorful on the handbook for the recently deceased.
Of course, very fitting that Lydia would be front and center and that she would be reading that handbook as well. Again, a great piece by Timothy Petitis. If you are looking to get this piece in your collection, make sure you head to side.show/AP Live to look at this piece. And like we've been mentioning, every other piece we've been looking at throughout this show. Now, another great piece we have that we want to show you guys is a slightly different genre. We're going to get to a different kind of sci-fi and fantasy here with Red Sonja World on Fire.
Jillian, you know, we don't get to see Red Sonja pieces all that often. We have a beautiful statue that's just been released, but this is a wonderful companion piece. We saw it, you know, with a 6-scale figure. Now, this piece would go absolutely fantastic with that. Check this out.
I know.
This is so cool.
I know. I was going to say, I love what John Cavini did, especially with the colors on this piece. Using the white horse in the center, I think really draws a lot of attention to Red Sonja herself as the centerpiece of this artwork, as she sits. And like, you know, the chaos, the aftermath of a battle, of course, is the warrior that she came out of successfully.
You have that scorched earth down on the bottom, so that's kind of darker, a little bit of warmth from that flame. Then up in the top, we're getting that dark sky, and then it works pulling your eye in to her. Very triumphant. And I like the tight line work.
Oh, definitely. I know you mentioned that. Yes.
That he did on this. I mean, within her hair, the hair obviously on her steed, or the scroll work that's on her axe. What I like is how clean she is. Her and her horse, for being in battle, still relatively clean.
I know.
It's almost a dressage pose there that the horse is. But I have a feeling they're ready to go back into the next battle.
Again, as the trained warrior she is, it's only fitting. It's only fitting that she come out relatively unscathed. But again, we do have some different editions of this too, right, Guy?
Yes. Now, this one here you're looking at is going to be the framed paper edition, and that's $310. With that edition, you're going to see that very unique cut style done down in that double matting as well. And there is going to be 50 of these done on canvas. I talked a little earlier about the canvas, how it really kind of shows off a brushstroke look and a fine art style to it. And this one would be beautiful for that. Now, the piece was kind of inspired by Frank Frazetta. And that kind of segues into this next piece. In 1977, we were all blown away in the movie theaters by a movie called The Gauntlet. Yep. Check that out.
I love it. It's so fun to see an art piece like that. One from the iconic Frank Frazetta, but also just showcasing Clint Eastwood too, because I know we have so many different figures of his as well. Talk about companion pieces. I think this would go great if you're making a Clint Eastwood collection. To get something like from this movie too, I think that's just so fun.
6-scale statues, wall art, and it's really different to get this movie poster style to it. Frazetta had such a unique style. It is all his own that we get, and this is a spectacular example of that. Now, he and Eastwood were friends, and I'm sure Eastwood was ecstatic that he did the poster, and I know Eastwood actually said he really wanted us to do this, so that was a very cool idea. But take a look when we go in. Eastwood's known for that squint.
Yes.
And we definitely get that. But then you have Sandra Locke with her eyes really wide. So there's this really fun juxtaposition.
No, I couldn't agree more. It definitely showcases their different positions within the movie. And again, I also just think Frank Frazetta, he's such an icon when it comes to fantasy and sci-fi. And you can see why, especially in this piece, just how exemplary it is. And we do have a limited edition release of this one too. There's going to be 300 of this, and it's going to be $485 for that deluxe silver frame. I do love the deluxe silver frame on this one.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Now, that's where, you're going to have that big silver outer frame. You're going to have that matting, but then you have that fillet around the actual art piece itself, and it just gives it so much depth and so much going on with it. Now, this is currently RSVP for pre-order, as is the Red Sonja that we looked at. So that Frazetta and Frazetta inspired, make sure to RSVP. For more on that, go to side.show/AP Live. That's going to tell you a little bit more about those. But yeah, the framing style on this is so great. I really like it, and it lends itself to a lot.
No, I couldn't agree more. The presentation of this looks amazing. Again, and for a piece like Frank Frazetta's, it's just so great to have it in such a great display. But there's another amazing piece too that we want to show you that also utilizes that deluxe silver frame. And we've got it right over here. It's the epic Lord of the Rings Smaug the Fire Drake, a dire menace piece by Jerry Vanderstelt.
You talk about that framing style definitely being utilized with something like that. And it really goes well. I mean, we know that they have mithril down in the mine, and you get a little bit of a hint of mithril there in the mine. For me, though, we know, Smaug is huge.
Yes,
this massive dragon. And yet, he's almost dwarfed by the dwarf carving. How large are these carvings these guys are doing? They're mining and carving. They're very artisan.
No, absolutely, very artisan. But I do agree in that it just gives a great sense of scale as to like how big this piece is, how much it encompasses. And I do love as well the different use of lighting on this too. You do get like the shadows with the fire, the reflection on, you know, like Smog himself. It's a really epic looking piece. And I'd love for people to get their hands on this one as well.
Yes. Now, this piece normally retails for $700. And for that deluxe matting, it's something of this size, that's still a great deal. But because you and I and Chris are here doing a live gallery show, they're going to take 25% off this. So it's going to be $525.
That's
$525 for a deluxe matted fillet. That's one of my favorite things to say in the framing world. You know, something that large and to save that much, down from $700 to $525.
That's an amazing deal. Again, for a piece of the scale, of the size, just such an incredibly detailed piece. And like we've been saying this whole show, if you do want to check this out, make sure to go to side.show/AP Live to learn more about this. But again, we've got a great deal on this, but Guy, I don't think this is our only deal we have today.
We're not done with the deals. We're not at the end of the show, so we're not at the end of the deals. Now, this is a framed piece, and we said we're going to take 25% off. But maybe Smaug is a little large for your display, and you need something smaller. So right now, we're going to take, during the show, 25% off select in-stock framed pieces. All right? So I've talked a little bit about this, and we've brought it up before. Go to side.show/AP Live, and that is going to give you a link and show you all of the things that are going to qualify for that. So that's 25% off on those select framed pieces. All of them are going to have that museum grade acrylic, and every one of them is going to come with the correct hanging hardware, so you're safe and secure and you know exactly what you're doing. You saw that video of how we had about how to take care of them and everything else. So we've got you covered on that. But now maybe frame's a little big for you. You're not quite sure when you want to frame it, and you're going to wait till later. Well, we'll do one more deal then. For unframed select in stock, we're going to do 50% off. Yep, 50% off on select in stock unframed pieces. Okay, again, side.show, AP Live, and you're going to take a look at both of those deals. 25% off on framed, 50% off on unframed. Great deals, but Jillian just left me behind, but I believe, Jillian, do you still have one more deal?
Hey, Guy. Yes, we do have one deal that we want to show off to you. And we're going to pull up a graphic for that right now on the screen as well, because we just want to give you as many deals, as many opportunities to get some pieces on your hands. So yes, we've got those deals that are going on. We got the 50% off on unframed prints, the 25% off on some of those select framed. But also we've got that $450 off on those diamond dust prints that, again, Chris and I were lucky enough to get a chance to really look at one earlier in person. And I think it's just a great promotion we have going on right now. Definitely the time to get your hands on some of those diamond dust prints by Olivia if you've been keeping your eye on them.
And we're not done with giveaways. No. If you think that we're done giving things away or discounting things, absolutely not. We've got this really, really fun piece here. It's Batman number 100 by artist Lee Bermejo. And as a little thank you for tuning in for this live stream, we want to give you the opportunity to win this right now. So if you are interested, which I'm sure you are, I'm interested. I want to get my phone out. Yeah. It's hashtag Batman space I agree. That means that you're agreeing to all terms and conditions. This is only for U.S. residents here. But check this out because this is a really cool piece. And hopefully one of you will be taking it home today. Go to side.show/contest for any additional pieces as well.
No, it's such a great piece. So excited to give this away. But again, we've been looking at so many amazing pieces today, too. Do you have a favorite that we've been looking at?
Well, looking at this, where I finally get to see Batman choking the Joker here, Agent of Chaos. Yeah. Agent of Chaos was a really, really great piece. I keep thinking about it. I think I keep thinking about it because I keep thinking about how he's just staring at me. He's got that one eye just kind of really staring at me, and I just love the color in this awash of like white and blue and red. He really stands out. Really, an Agent of Chaos. You just know he's up to no good here, and it's just a really, really fun piece. I love that he's looking at the camera. Everybody else is looking off to the side.
I do.
Striking.
I love that too. I was gonna say he does have such a mischievous look about him as well. That comes across really well in that piece too. Gotta love that one.
Anything that stands out for you that you really liked?
I have to
You have
say,
to, I know, you gotta narrow it
I
down.
know. I have to say, I really do like the Beetlejuice one. I love the Beetlejuice piece. It's so fun to see that iconic film brought to life in such an amazing way. I love Petitas' style, the digital pointillism, especially when you look at it up close. It really is incredible just the amount of detail you can put into a piece like that using that type of style, which I just think is really awesome. And I love the movies. I love the character. It's really something that I enjoyed getting to look at, and I know everybody else would too.
Yeah, and it's kind of great to see Lydia front and center too, because a lot of the pieces are Beetlejuice, and you have that hint of him. You've got him coming up, but it's her conjuring him, and I think that's great. And especially with that movie coming out, this is kind of jumping on it and getting ahead of the curve, because that's going to be very, very popular.
It's very, very fitting. I do want to just shout out Johnny Caballero too. We had two
Double
different
Johnny.
pieces, double Johnny
today.
today. I mean, starting with that Uncanny X-Men piece. Again, very fitting as well to have the X-Men a part of the show.
Yeah.
But again, just amazing piece based on that arcade game that I know so many people love, including yourself.
Including me.
But again, like I know I love all the characters on here. Great to see Magneto towering over everybody. But an amazing piece. And you got to take a look at that other Johnny Caballero
I was going to
piece
bring
too.
that up too. I thought the Free Your Mind was really awesome. Big fan of The Matrix. Love it. I mean, I just have such memories of watching that movie as a kid and not really getting it at all. And then watching it years later, still not getting it. And then finally watching it and being like, oh, now I kind of get what they're going. And this, I really like the style. I love that like Animatrix style there, seeing the characters animated. It's a take on the live action actors who are great, but it's just so cool. And I love the muted colors with that green there. It's awesome.
Yeah, again, and we looked at so many DC pieces. Well, it's great to see some of those other Marvel ones too, like the Spider-Man No More.
So good.
Oh my God.
I love seeing that classic artwork reproduced, reprinted. There it is, Peter Parker giving up on the Spider-Man suit. We know he's going to come back to it.
We know he has to.
He's got to. Come on. You got to wear the webs.
I know.
But I love kind of seeing this, especially with both the black foil and honestly the rainbow foil as well. Just two different variants on a really classic panel from Amazing Spider-Man 50 that just is so much about Peter Parker feeling like he's got to give up on his responsibilities, but then you remember what Uncle Ben says, and you can't leave that suit behind.
No, I agree. And again, so many of these pieces are based on comic book covers and inspired by it, but it's really great to see something like that that's truly like jumps straight
out of the comics.
Page. Yeah. It's really amazing. And again, we have this giveaway going on. Make sure you're still entering in the chats down below. But we also wanted to highlight that ongoing giveaway again, that we have the Thanos on Throne giveaway, which is signed by creators Ron Lim and Jim Starlin. What an amazing piece too, the fact that it's hand signed as well.
Yeah, and I feel like something like this you want to get because this is like an infinity gem right here.
It is.
You want this. You want to collect them.
It's so one of a kind. So again, remember to keep checking those ongoing giveaways at side.show/AP Live.
And where there's giveaways, there's got to be a winner. We do have a winner for Batman number 100 here. Drum roll in the chat. It is at Mr. Montana 32. Congratulations to you. You'll be taking home this very, very cool rendition of Batman 100 here.
An amazing piece. Again, make sure to keep in touch with those moderators in the chat so you can learn how you're going to get that piece to you. But Chris, it's been a really great time.
It's been great. We've got plenty of deals going on. Check out those deals. This has been so great to walk around the gallery tour and check things out here. It's been fantastic.
I know I've had the best time. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Guy as well. I'm Jillian.
I'm Chris.
And thank you for watching Sideshow Live's Art Print Expo Gallery Tour.
And don't forget
to let your geek side show.
Hey. There it is.